Welcome to the 209th edition of Make Pro Wrestling Majestic again. I am Tiger Heights.
And it's getting dark.
Yes, it is 4 o'clock and it's already dark here in Las Vegas. But let's get into the show. Let's get into some drama. Not a whole lot going on. A couple of big notes, but nothing like last week. Like, oh my God, AEW are bad people, because I've already said that.
You've already discussed this ad nauseum.
Yes. Now, we will be talking about that in some capacity because they continue to put on more evidence of how every single AEW fan is a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
But first, an update on Mercedes Moné's contract, because multiple other independent promoters who inquired about booking Mercedes Moné have confirmed with evidence that she will not take bookings unless she wins. She has to win. What is the benefit at this point? There is no benefit of booking her. You don't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
What do you get out of it? Where do people buy tickets to see her? I don't see it. They got record low ratings last week, and she's sitting there jerking herself off again.
Yeah, she really is jerking herself off.
So let me get this straight. You have, I would say, the worst of the four horsewomen, and it's not even remotely close, charge you $25K, can barely get any sort of pop on her own home programming of AEW, and she absorbs a championship where she's guaranteed to win if she accepts it at all, and people still go through with it. Explain to me how that works.
Explain to me like I'm 5.
It's retarded. That's what it is. Just some more evidence of Dave Meltzer on how he distinguishes between the two, where Raw ratings from last Monday were, I would say, fell. And then look at the difference with that and Dynamite, where he makes every excuse in the world. Oh, it went up against NBA and the World Series and ESPN2. Every excuse.
Yep.
You don't get that with WWE programming.
It's Dave makes excuses for AEW Meltzer.
Every time. How do people take this guy seriously?
Right.
I mean, I say that all the time, but I'm still scratching my head like, what the hell is going on? I don't understand how even like mainstream people go to Dave Meltzer for the reports, and I have no idea why. They do a better job. Like, seriously, they do a better job on reporting pro wrestling than Dave Meltzer.
Who's this?
Just any mainstream anybody. Pick one.
Okay.
Pick Fox News and they'd probably do better. Pick Reuters and they would do better.
Well, the thing is that he goes to like all the like he actually goes, or he has someone on his team go to every single wrestling show and record.
He just makes shit up, though. That's the problem. He's just making stuff up. If that's the case, then great. Then just do the reports of the shows, do the results of the shows, and that's it. Don't do any other stories. Don't put in your own opinion, because then it's accurate. Then he can make his little career out of there, and that's it. But he's tarnishing the reputation of the wrestling community just in general by just espousing bullshit, and people still go to him as the top reporter, as God-tier reporter.
Because that's the reputation he has built up over God knows how many years of reporting.
At least 4 decades, and at the very least I can say that he has carved out a career in that end, but it's over. This is it. I have never seen such a lopsided, terrible report job ever. The Daily fucking Stormer, which is the top white supremacist paper that's being distributed, and that does exist. Don't at me on how I know that, okay? They do a better job on reporting an African-American crime than Dave Meltzer does at this point, reporting wrestling. Every time. Let's talk about Voice of the Marks. He was one of those little AEW nut hangers who pulled out all the bullshit like everybody else. I have never seen somebody try to get back on X this desperately bad. His original account was taken off. Okay, you make a backup, they're taken off, and if you were responsible, you're like, okay, well, that's it. I'll just sort of leave it alone for a while, maybe come back and see if I can do anything. Within 2 weeks, we have eight verified accounts that he made, and all of them were banned. Every single one. It's like, dude, get the hint and go away. You are making yourself and you're making all of IWC look bad with your dumb shit. He's not the only one. Devon, he's made a little bit of waves.
Uh-oh.
So he did confirm that there was a very highly racist incident involving Jim Ross.
Uh-oh.
The extent on what it was, I'm not sure. I didn't listen to the whole interview because I did not care about the interview. I do not care. The sickos go after Devon, saying that, well, Jim Ross should kiss the ground that Jim Ross walks. Devon kissed the ground that Jim Ross walks because he got him the job in WWE. It's like, yeah, he was a talent relations guy, but you still had Michael Hayes, John Laurinaitis, Vince McMahon, all of these other people who possibly have backed that and said, okay, well, we're keeping them around.
Right.
Just because Jim Ross was talent relations coordinator and the director of talent relations at the time does not mean that Devon is deaded to Jim Ross for the job.
Right.
He was already going to go to WWE after the ECW buyout.
Right.
That they were already there. I don't understand. They left the company.
And Jim Ross was doing his job.
Right.
It was his job to find talent and to convince them to go to WWE. That's like the entire point of it.
Right. And here's the thing. There's no photos or video evidence of this racist encounter. Devon and Bubba Ray confirmed that it happened, but I'm not going to necessarily take their words as gospel. But I think the attack on a wrestling pioneer of the Attitude Era like Devon Dudley, because he goes after Jim Ross, who right now is working for AEW, is disgusting. How about you look at it and approach it saying, okay, well, do you have evidence? If you don't, okay, well, that's unfortunate that if this thing happened, but I can't verify yes or no to it. I just can't. And let's say this. What if it was the opposite way? What if Jim Ross didn't work for AEW and Devon worked for AEW? I think the narrative would be somewhat different. I think the narrative would be that Jim Ross is a racist POS. Why? Because of the companies that they're associated with. Because the sickos are bad people. They spin this shit. That's a bad person. Every single time. You guys do this. I don't know why.
Oh, hey, we pretty much talking about the same thing. Another one of those stories about people being pissed off at this poster. What do you think of this?
I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
So the big thing about this poster that people were bitching, moaning, complaining about are no minorities. Let's just ignore Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman there for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, and also Cody Rhodes, who is half Cuban, by the way. Cuban? I think it's Cuban.
I think so.
Yeah. So there's a lot of diversity. So much diversity.
And no women. This is a poster, okay? They want eyes on the poster. And this is a typical mafioso, Las Vegas, blackjack table. Like, this is... They're literally recreating a scene from a mafia movie.
Right.
There wasn't a lot of diversity in mafia movies.
Right. Exactly. This was a recreation of a movie. Do you think they're
like of a movie trope that you would see in any mafia movie? Godfather 2, whatever. Right.
But they're bitching and moaning because it's WWE. And here is why I'm saying it's because it's WWE. Let's go to Wrestle Dreams poster. Why are we going to Wrestle Dreams poster? Where are the minorities? Oh my God, where are the fucking minorities? Oh my God, it's a crime.
No.
Oh my God, it's a crime. It's criminal. The point fucking is, you don't give a rat's ass about minorities. You don't give a rat's ass about women. You're using those two groups as a little shield to say WWE bad. That's what you're doing. And guess what? Guess the kind of people who use marginalized groups to fit a narrative. You know what those people are?
They're bad people.
They're bad people! Every time. If you're a sicko, you're a bad person. Bad people do that. That is a bad person thing. You don't just get to do that.
Right.
Because if you have to do it with one, you have to do it with all of them.
Yes.
What if it's just one person in the poster? Are
Right.
you going to bitch and moan that there's no white people in it? Are you going to bitch and moan there's no minorities in it? Are you going to bitch and moan that's not the right gender? Where do you draw the line?
Right. Where does this stop?
Right. Where does it stop? At least with the WrestleMania one, you have Roman Reigns. You have Paul Heyman, who's Jewish. You have a half Cuban with Cody Rhodes. I feel like I'm wrong on that. The only one where I'm going to, at the very least, justify any sort of argument is Triple H being in it. I don't think he should be in it, personally. I think Paul Heyman should be where Triple H is. That, personally, to me, would make the most sense.
It's whatever. It's a stupid poster.
It's a poster, but people went apoplectic about it for some reason.
Oh my god. I had other things to do.
Right, and then the final one is another creepy Don Callis AI slot painting. It's so weird.
This is weird. This is weird stuff that's being done here.
Yeah, it's weird AI slop. Don't come at me about there was an actual artist. It's AI slop. If you see it a mile fucking away. I have been an artist for a very long time.
This doesn't look very artistic.
I have created some very risque stuff. I would not put this on my portfolio for a fucking second. A fucking second. Anyway, that is drama. When we come back, we're going to talk about some news.
Yes.